Three families of the murdered Takoradi girls are demanding the two convicts be killed on live television. Speaking to JoyNews on the sidelines of a press conference earlier today, the sister of Ruth Love Quason and the father of Priscilla Blessing Bintum said, even though they don't accept that their relatives are dead, they would appreciate it if the sentence given to Samuel Udatuk Wills and John Orji are carried out to the witness of everyone, since Udatuk has a record of escaping from lawful custody.
The same, I would say, the same issue happened in the Bible. Joseph, when the brothers sold him out, and they later told the father that Joseph is there, but see what happened. So, nothing is impossible for our God. We know that we think that the case has been, but with God, it's never delayed. So we still have a belief and hope that one day our girls will come back.
You are making some demands.
Yeah, because we were here when the first suspect, Samuel, was in the police custody in the Takoradi Central Police Station, and we heard of his escape. So now that they are telling us that they have sentenced them into death, we want the death sentence to be live on TV so that everyone will witness that these guys have been killed. We don't want it to be a situation that they will be in the police custody and later hearing that they've been escaped. So that's why we are saying that if truly they say the girls are dead and they've sentenced the guys to life in prison or dead, then they should be live for us to see that truly Samuel Rose and the so-called John are dead.
If really they believe that the DNA test conducted are really the girls, then they should give them a befitting burial. This is what I say.
Okay. But what you are saying contradicts the position of the family members. They are saying that their children are not dead. So once they are not dead, it means that they are there. It means that asking for a burial means that it's an acceptance that we won't see one.
I'm still standing on my feet on what I'm saying, that if the police think that the DNA conducted are that of the girls, then they should give them a befitting burial, a befitting funeral. Is it a funeral? Yes, a funeral, a befitting funeral. If they really think that the girls are dead, the DNA test conducted are really the girls, and they think that they are dead, the state should give them a befitting funeral.
Yeah. No corner. I've been on Kofra, who is today when Kofra again, and my family. Mabitiwa, I know about that. Mabitiwa, Nasam, what kind of he said, you know, what's him for a company team? Message, you know, of a academy for man who were naturally one of what no Google. Debende onko kasa wadu kon na abofo no nyabugum ntayende sabana akare mafoma wakidna pese ukun kofunda ne sabana so pede anya abata yedidi de oyeno kwade mafoma kofun ukun kofunda abane yin kofun bi gina ho no nkoma na abata no yihu ansana senya abane ko beje da ya jedi na endem da no kanade.
Right, JoyNews has been on the story since 2018, and our correspondent Inathalia Kwansa has been with it from day one. She joins me now with more. Inathalia, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Kojo. Yeah, now public execution. That's what the three families are demanding. Help us understand why.
Well, Kojo, if we would all recall, one Samuel Udatuk Wills was arrested on the 22nd of December 2018 and was kept at the Takoradi police station. He escaped on the 30th of December. So this is the analysis made by the family. If he was able to escape from lawful custody, even with police presence, then what assurance do they have that this death sentence they have been given, they would serve it? So if government and then the police really want them to trust that these people have been sentenced to death, then they want it to be done for the public to see, for it to be telecast live. They want to see that indeed these people are sentenced to death, but not just leaving them in prison. That is not what they want.
Right.
So
now,
this is the basis of what they are saying.
Understood. Now, of course, Ghana has been sentencing people to death for many years, but they haven't actually executed anyone, carried out a sentence in decades. How do the families respond to that, or are they expecting an exception in their case?
Well, the family feel that in their case there should be an exception. One, given the track record of Samuel Udo Tekwill, the first convict, being able to escape from lawful custody in prison, in police, they think that they should be given an exceptional case. And in this case, we are talking about 4 girls. So they feel that their case should be exceptional just for government to prove to them that indeed that sentence has been carried out. They don't trust that indeed they are in the custody of prison. And so for them to be reassured and convinced that indeed law has taken place, that is what they want. They want an exception.
Now, the families, except for one of them, are refusing to accept that their children are actually dead. So they don't actually accept the DNA test that the police have done. Have they had opportunity to independently verify those DNA results? Have they had the opportunity to take the remains with the police and compare them to some other DNA that they may have of their family members independently?
Okay, Kojo, so I'll answer your first question first. The family which has accepted the DNA results is that of the Cranches. That is the last of the girls who have been kidnapped, Priscilla Mantibia Cranche. His father, Alexander Kojo Cranche, on the day that they were sentenced, said that sitting through court from 2019 to date, he thinks there is enough evidence to convince him that his daughter is dead. Kojo, let's remind our viewers that it was Priscilla Mantibia Cranche's scarf and dress which was found with Samuel Udo Tekwill when he was rearrested, when he escaped from prison. There was also an evidence which was brought to court, which was Priscilla's mobile phone, which contained Priscilla's father's number on it. So he is convinced. And then with the other 3, they say that they have not even been able to have a copy of the DNA test which was done on the bones. They said that when they had demanded several times from the police, they had told them that they should go to court for it. But this is the argument they are making. They are saying that they came for their samples to go and run this test. They never told them that they should go to court before getting these samples, before they run the test. They do not believe in the DNA test which was conducted on the remains found. They also, at the press conference this morning, were pleading that if the public and international institutions could help them financially secure some money to do a private DNA test on the bones, they will be satisfied.
Right. Have they been given the remains of their daughters?
No, Kojo. They have been asked to go to court before the remains will be given to them. That's what the family is saying.
Now, this obviously has been a traumatic 2 years for these families. First of all, wondering whether their loved ones are alive, and then being told their loved ones are dead, and then sitting through a court case. Has the state provided any counseling or support for the families to help them deal with this continuing ordeal?
Yes, Kojo. So this morning in their press conference, this was one of the issues they did raise, that they've not received enough support in terms of the emotional stress they are going through. So they would want government to give them that support. And any well-meaning Ghanaian who thinks he can help or she can help them, overcome the emotions they are going through. The fact that you sit down one day, your daughter is kidnapped, the next minute you hear that your daughter is murdered and you don't even know where your daughter is. For Mr. Benton, for instance, he was telling me off record that sometimes he feels that he has relatives who have traveled outside the country. He doesn't hear from them. So he feels his daughter has also traveled and he's not hearing from him. But he believes that one day, he will just be here and then these girls would appear. They don't believe in the DNA test. They've not been supported emotionally. That's according to them. They've not been supported emotionally. And they are calling for that support.
Right. Now, the first girl disappeared in August 2018. Then the remaining 3 in December. And all through this time, the families have complained about how their cases were handled. The first family were told not to go public about their missing daughter, not to seek help of the public in finding their daughter. The remaining families were told the same thing. And then, of course, at some point, they were told by the CID boss that we know where the children are. They were told by the gender minister that she had seen a video and the children were alive. Following all this, they were then told the children were dead after the police suddenly had the idea of checking the septic tanks of the home of the suspect. These family members feel that their case was not well handled. Are they considering any sort of legal redress?
Well, Kojo, I would want us to correct this. The first of the girls, Ruth Zabeka, was kidnapped on the 29th of July. And then the second on the 17th of August. Then subsequently, the 2 were kidnapped in December. For legal redress, they have not said it. But from the interviews with them when they were sentenced, they said they have a way of, also redressing their case. They would do that through prayers. So I tend to ask them, there has been prayers, there have been vigils, there have been fasting all through this case. What's new? What even gives them the confidence that this time around it will work? And then they told me that God is never too late to answer. They will still hold on and then wait upon their Lord. But for right now, what they need is financial assistance to conduct a separate DNA test.
Natalia, I want to thank you for that comprehensive update. And of course, this is a story that, it's not over. So we're certainly going to stick with it. We appreciate your updates there. Well, 4 families of these missing, believed to be dead children, with only prayers as redress.